You're damn right. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Balking Dead, and I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks, use promo code PUBSPORTS, your first match deposit up to $100, they got you. Not just that, guys, it's like saying thank you, Sharpie. Thank you for building my fucking bankroll. Thank you, PubSports. So, it's a big freaking thank you, and that's the best thank you we can get. If you can't do that, then just smash the damn like on your way in here. If you're in Twitter world, this video will end shortly. Hit the link and see why people tune into this show. Once again, yesterday, 2-1 on the show again for K-Props. And it was my boy who just popped up on the screen. That was his day yesterday, the Shit Pitch Whisperer day. And we fucking rocked that shit, guys. We might start betting shitty pitchers when the time's called on. But today ain't for that. Today is my day. Today is Ace Day. Today was a day meant for people like me. Guys who bet, guys who strike people out. So, today's been one of those days. I've just been bumping and grooving, guys. I've been in that mood, bumping old school Outkast and Lil Wayne. And I heard a fucking lyric today. And I could swear Tunchi was talking about me, guys, when he said I spit flame like my name's King Koopa, man. Woo-hoo-hoo, can you get any fucking on the point with me or not? So let's get to it. We got 4 games to talk about. I got 2 K-props I have bet that are dirty Ks, full unit bets, and I got a half unit bet and a quarter unit bet. I think I got 2 half unit bets actually going on in these. So we're going to get to it, and we're going to get to the monies, guys. It's Tuesday. Smash the like if you haven't. I appreciate you all for coming in. And let's get to the good monies, baby. Pablo Lopez versus Hunter Green. Pablo Lopez is 6-5 with a 3.14 ERA in 19 games. He has the same home road splits, and he has only gone 6+ innings in 2 of his last 8 games. That is a little worrisome for me with Pablo. After 7 of his first 11, so the dude was money his first fucking 11 starts, and then he started to trickle off. Can that happen to be that the guy's thrown 111 innings this year, and he hasn't passed 109 in his season? That may be it, guys, and I won't even be looking to bet Pablo Lopez in another 30 innings because that's then pushed the limit of wanting to even look at him. So this guy's pitching right now farther than he's ever gone in his life, and that's okay. He should be able to handle at least 30 innings more. So if you're looking to back him, that's okay, but it just hasn't been money lately. Yes, he hit his K-prop last week, but he got fucking smacked, guys, and they tried to bump him up early in the rotation after the All-Star break because they understood how bad he's been after a break. They used to give him 2-week breaks, trying to give him as long as possible, and it was the worst thing you can do to Pablo Lopez. So they shortened it up as much as possible. They started him the first game out, and he still got cracked, guys. So the guy just doesn't do good on long rest. That's one thing I already know about him. So he's on his regular day rest now, guys, and he got hit again after the All-Star break. Like I said, 5 innings. He did get 6 Ks in those, and he gave up 5 hits versus a Texas team who will swing and miss a lot of the times. He strikes out right-handed batters a lot better than left-handed batters, almost 2.5 difference, guys. So he is lineup proof. Oh, that's a 4 strikeout difference when I look at the math, guys. So at the end of the day, he is someone you need to see the lineup. Right now, they're projecting 4 left-handeds and 5 righties in the lineup. The more righties, the better with Pablo Lopez. If we can get 6 or 7, then maybe I'll look at him. But right now, I'm not looking at Pablo. He just hasn't been bet on, in my opinion. So he gets a team, though, that I know we picked on over the past, but like I said, baseball's a fucking roller coaster, guys. It goes up and down and up and down, and the Reds numbers do not say just play whatever K-prop you want right now versus them. They are walking 8.3%, middle of the pack, striking out a little bit lower than middle of the pack, 22%, with a 272 average and an 800 OPS and an ISO of 183. This team's fucking hitting right now, and they're in their home ballpark where the ball just damn flies, guys. So Pablo Lopez hasn't been the Pablo Lopez as the beginning of the year he was, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his fucking ass handed to him today. Like, this team is hitting, and the more lefties you put in this lineup, the better. He does average a half strikeout more at home than on the road, and he is on the road today. So take that into effect. He is a righty dominant guy. Most pitchers are. You want to see right-handed guys with Pablo Lopez in the lineup if you're going to run his K-prop. His K-prop is 6+ at -118, 5.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores at 31.5. Now let's talk about the guy I got a half unit bet on, Hunter Green. 3-11, trash, with a 5.78 ERA, trash. But we're betting K-props, baby! I love it. It's Tuesday. Let's get into it. He has the same home road splits in 18 games. He's only gone past 6+ innings 4 times. Not fucking good. But 113 strikeouts in 90 innings. Very good. So, you know, it's a story of a freaking roller coaster. Well, guess what, bud? I'm going to be looking at you guys, and let's talk about why. He averages 2.5 more strikeouts per 9 on the road than at home, and he is at home right now. I get it. And he strikes out left-handed batters 2 more strikeouts per 9 than right-handed batters, but he still strikes out right-handed batters at a 10.5 K per 9. The projected lineup for them is going to be 6 right-handed bats and 3 left-handed bats. A lot of the things right there that I just read says, okay, he gets less strikeouts at home. They're putting in 6 right-handed bats where he strikes out less, and you're talking about you want to run a K-prop with this guy, Sharpie? Well, yeah, let's dig just a little bit more into it. Going through his last 8 games, he's averaging 6.2 strikeouts a game. Going through his last 10, he's averaging 6.5 strikeouts per game. They put his number at the average. That is something that doesn't scare me. No alarm bells screaming, blah, blah, blah. And then when I dig into it, guys, he's going up against a team walking 6.8% right now. The lowest he's faced this year is a 7.4. Big advantage to a guy who sometimes can't find the zone. This team ain't walking, and it's the lowest walk percentage he's going to face this year. 22.4 strikeout percentage, and then 216 average with a 549 OPS. This is tied lowest for the lowest batting average he's going to go up against all year, and this is 60 points less than an OPS he's seen all year. This is the fucking worst team on paper Hunter Green is going to run into. Hands down. Now, the only reason why he's not going to be a dirty K bet, guys, is because the guy doesn't go 6+ innings. Like, at the end of the day, that's just not in his fucking book. But in this today, I can see 6+ innings, and he's shown me he's averaging over 6.5 strikeouts his last 10 games, and he's getting the worst team he's going to see all freaking year. So I'm going to be on him at a half unit at 6.5. It was at -159 this morning. If it bumped up to 7.5 for you, I'm going to suggest a quarter unit bet on that. It will be plus money, and that is his average over his last 10 games. And he's getting a team that, just strictly by the numbers, this should be a gift to him. He should go out there and deal. Maybe go long into a game for one of a few fucking times. Like, by the numbers, this guy should go 6+ innings when he's only gone 4 of 18 games, 6+ innings. So this team should be out there to help out Hunter Green to go a little longer than he should. No run first inning is at a -135, and the Marlins pin is 12th with a 3.36 ERA over the last 30 days. That surprised me, because farther back they were actually bad. So this is why we track shit over 30 days, guys. And Reds bullpen is trash. They have a 5.09 ERA, 25th in the league over the last 30 days. The one player prop I got to talk about, and it's got to see some of my money, guys. And I'm going to split this bet. Jonathan India. Since July 7th, he has 15 hits, 9 runs, and 30 total bases, all in his last 12 games. His 2+ bases is at -102, and his hits, runs, RBIs is at a -152 for 2+. This guy is just a damn machine. He was Rookie of the Year last year. He got hurt, and this guy is humming, guys. And while he's humming, I'm going to be on the Jonathan India train. Please and thank you. Next game up, guys. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like. We already got 40 deep, and y'all came at the right time. Chat's deep. My guy Nilo up in here. Only the plus. Let's get it. LJ from Houston, JPZ, the truthers, the guys, underrated, AOD, Billy motherfucking Brisbane, the Croc, my guy. What up, though? So, you guys came at the best time. Braves and Phillies. I know you guys are wanting me to talk about Spencer Strider and Aaron Nola, and I know you guys want to know which one's the Dirty K, and how about both motherfuckers? I told you I got two fucking Dirty Ks today. It just happens to be they're both in the same damn game. Just don't give me a shitty umpire. Just either you be fucking the same both ways, or at least favor the home guy for all I care. At least don't be that dude out there not calling strikes. That's all I gotta ask, and we fucking gonna do the damn thing. It's Tuesday, guys. Let's talk about why these guys are so dirty. These guys have made us a lot of money, and let's talk about them. Spencer Strider's 4-3 with a 3.03 ERA, 114 strikeouts in just 74 innings. And I think I finally know when to stay off this match. And that's gonna be my little ticket. So this ain't that spot, guys. At the end of the day, let's talk about it. He did throw 103 pitches last time out, and his last four starts, and he got cracked. Like at the end of the day, he did not go past 5 innings. He was humming until the 4th inning, and the Nationals got to him. At the end of the day, the Nationals are one of the best teams at making contact. He manhandled them the first time they seen him, and the second time, even though it was a month later, they knew to jump on that guy. And watching that game, his changeup just wasn't there. I know he's been working on his changeup, and at times when he has his changeup going, holy motherfuck of God, is this guy going to be really good down the road? But he is a 2-pitch pitcher who is working on his changeup. So at times, certain games, he's not going to have the changeup, guys. So even being a 2-pitch pitcher, the guy is elite. Even getting cracked the last time by the Nationals, guys. The last 4 games, he struck out 38 in just 21.1 innings, allowing only 2 earned runs with just 13 hits. The guy's been elite. And he gets pretty much a layup by the numbers, guys. This is why it's so dirty. We get us an elite guy, and the numbers tell us to smack them, guys. At the end of the day, they're going to projected lineup is 4 lefties and 5 right-handers. This guy strikes out lefties and righties like he's the damn thing, guys. He does strike out righties at a 16 per 9 and lefties at a 12 per 9. If we get like they're projecting 5 righties, I don't care. He does the damn thing versus both. But 16 per 9 versus righties is just 12 per 9 versus lefties. Just this is like Ohtani shit right here, baby. And this is like McClanahan shit. Too bad it's fucking raining in that game today. But we're not here to talk about a game that's got rain in it. We're here to talk about the best game on the board, and that's got the 2 best pitchers on the board going against each other. So let's talk about this layup spot. Over the last 15 days, 4.1 walk percentage, bottom 2 in the league, 29.4 strikeout percentage, top 3 in the league with a 226 average, 664 OPS, bottom 10 each way, and a 170 ISO. So the ISO is top 10 to 15, middle of the package, but everything else, guys, trash. So this sets up for a Spencer Strider matchup. He hasn't seen any team with this type of numbers. The lowest walk percentage he's faced this year is a 5.3, and the highest strikeout percentage he's faced is a 25.2, 4.1, and 29.4. Holy shit, Lord, this could be a day for our man Spencer Strider, guys. And this is why he's so dirty, guys. His K prop is 8+. I bet him at minus 106 this morning. Prize Picks is at 7.5, and his fantasy scores at 40.5. Shout out to you guys have real books. FanDuel put Spencer Strider last night at 6.5 minus 120. I told my boy Croc that will be 7.5. 30 minutes later, he's like, "Fuck, bro, it's 7.5." Bro, I really do this shit, guys. And at the end of the day, a lot of the guys that I liked were gone within 30 minutes. And it is what it is. I'll still bet the number at 8. This guy's going to go out there and has the damn ability to get us 12, guys. And we just need 8. Go out there and do the damn thing. Please and thank you. And the more righties, the better. That's when you really want to look at laddering the spots, guys. If they stack righties, that's when you ladder it. But even with the projected lineup, this guy should have us 9+, and we're betting at 8. So shout out to the chat. Let's get to it. Mr. Heat, my guy, popping in here. Let's get to it. I'm running green strikeouts up to 7. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Get the plus money. I think I 6.5 minus 159, and then a quarter unit bet on the plus money side. So yeah, let's get it, bro. I definitely think green should have a day today. So definitely seeing that with you. And then let's talk about Aaron Nola. At first, Spencer Strider was just my dirty K of the day. And then I started writing out Aaron Nola, and there's just too many things telling me this guy's getting 8+ strikeouts. So let's talk about him. 6-7 with a 3.3 ERA in 19 games. He does have a home 4.15 ERA and a road 2.30 ERA. He also averages a half strikeout more per 9 on the road than he does at home. He only averages a K per 9 versus lefties, but he averages 10.5 versus righties. The projected lineup for him is 5 right-handed batters and 4 left-handed batters. So the more right-handed, the better for Aaron Nola. Also, so why are we going to get into this guy who's only striking out like 10.5 batters per 9? Well, he's Aaron freaking Nola, and he's going to be a candy cane today, so let's get into it. This will be the 3rd time this year he's seen the Braves. Seen them May 26th in Atlanta, 8.1 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk with 10 Ks. And in Philadelphia, June 30th, 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned run, 1 walk with 8 Ks. He averages 7.25 K per game the last 8 and 7.3 the last 10. He's played the Braves 5 times last year, averaging 6 strikeouts a game. Whoa. So he's averaging 6 strikeouts a game going back to last year, just with last year in 5 games. But if you dig a little deeper, once again, numbers are like lawyers, guys. They don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't tell you the truth, guys. And it's our job to figure out what they're doing. You can find numbers to back you each damn way you want. At the end of the day, there's going to be stuff that backs it on both sides. So when I break into his game log, when he's at home versus these Braves, he averages 7.5 strikeouts. So it's on the road where he does run into problems versus this team. In the strikeout department, we're not talking about his ERA. Yes, I know his home ERA is worse than his road. He pitches in Philadelphia. Man, that place is a freaking bandbox. Not as worse as Cincinnati, but still definitely a hitter's ballpark. So let's get into it now. Let's run these numbers up against May 26th and 6:30, guys. We got a blueprint going on when they've seen a team this many times, and it is scary when you look at, how the Braves hit. ISO-wise, though, guys, it's all in these guys' heads and everybody's heads that the Braves are this monster-bashing team right now. Well, they are when they hit home runs. But if they're not hitting home runs, haven't been really hitting the ball. So let's talk about their numbers. Over the last 15 days, they're walking 4.6% of the time. Striking out 28% of the time. 210 average, 678 OPS, and a 217 ISO. Okay, so they do have them big home run shots coming. Other than that, bottom 10 and bottom 3 in strikeout, top 3 in strikeouts, bottom 3 in walk. Everything's adding up to, okay, now let's run it up versus the numbers where he's gone against them earlier. He's gone up against them when they were humming with an ISO of 210 before, and their strikeout percentage was 3% lower, and their walk percent was 3% higher, and he still had an 8. So there's just too many things that I could just run it up and match it up with different games versus this team, and all the five category of stats that I like to look at, and everything says 8 to 10 with Aaron Nola, guys, and I can't fade it. So at the end of the day, I got to play Aaron Nola in this spot, and he is going to be a full unit 30K bet, and I get it. Let's talk about some props after we talk about no run first inning is minus 165, and the Braves pin over the last 30 days, 15th with the 3.48. And I bet you, unless you've been not paying attention to this show, Phillies pin's been damn elite, guys. Stop getting that in your head. That Phillies pin's out there just under a bridge, because they're not. They're number 3 in the league over the last 30 days with a 2.8 ERA. Well, let's talk about props. And this is something that can scare the living daylights out of you betting a K prop, right? I get it. I hear you. Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, and Ronald Acuna have fabulous numbers off of Aaron Nola. I get it. He can still get bombed and get us the K. So at the end of the day, I still don't think he gets bombed, but we got to read off these numbers. Marcell Ozuna versus Nola, 38 plate appearances, 11 hits, only 4 for extra base hits with 1 double and 3 home runs, 0 walks with 14 strikeouts. And this season, he's 1 for 3 with just a single. So this guy right here is swinging for the fences. When a guy has 0 walks and that many plate appearances, like, great. That's a great thing for a guy's K prop, guys. And if you're looking at over 1.5 or a home run prop, I get it. This guy isn't looking to hit singles. He's swinging violently, and I hear you there. Then we're going to talk about Ronald Acuna versus Nola. 36 plate appearances, 11 hits, 6 of them for extra base hits, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 7 walks, and 9 strikeouts. This guy's been a very patient hitter and looks like he sees fucking Nola quite well. So how's he done versus them this year in the 2 games? He ain't been in the lineup the 2 times he's seen Nola this year. So definitely advantage Nola first time through, but she shows he's going to give up 1 or 2 strikeouts, but when he does connect, it's a dubski at least. So don't hate anybody looking at Ronald Acuna. This guy is a man-child. What not to like about Ronald Acuna? The only fucking thing is in July, guys, he's batting .228 and his slugging's down 300 points compared to what was in July. So this guy right now just isn't seeing the ball like he was. The one guy that is seeing the ball, and shout out to LJ from Houston, this guy's been riding him like I ride BBWs. Austin Riley, guys, at the end of the day, 35 plate appearances versus Nola, 13 hits, 6 of them are for extra bases, 3 doubles, 3 home runs. He's only walked 1 time in those 35 plate appearances with 9 strikeouts. So once again, the guy's swinging for power. He's on an 18-game hit streak, and he's 3 for 7 off of Nola in 2022. This guy is a beast. And in those 3 for 7, he doesn't have an extra base hit off of Nola. So his next hit off of Nola should be fucking going fucking either off the wall or out the park at the end of the day. So definitely will be on some Austin Riley. 2+ bases is at plus 114. I thought it should have been juiced up. So you're going to give me value on a guy who's on an 18-game hit streak, who sees this guy well and doesn't walk versus him. All right. Please and thank you. Sign me up. And let's talk about the guy that I got to bet on the other side. I mean, I know I'm betting these guys strikeout props, but at the end of the day, it's baseball. You're going to get hit too. You're not going to have a perfect game. Maybe Strider will. But there's one guy you need to worry about, and you should already know his name. He's going to be leading off for those Philadelphia Phillies today versus a right-handed pitcher. And we got Spencer Strider going, who throws 98 to 103 depending on the pitch. Kyle motherfucking Schwarber, guys. Anytime after June 1st, you can bet this guy. We can't bet his home run prop. It's at plus 250. No value in that. So give me over 1.5 at plus 106. Why? 22 of his 30 bombs this year are off of right-handed pitchers, guys. And he is one of the best power hitters in baseball. And we're getting a guy who throws flames. So he's going to have at least 3 at-bats off of Strider. One of them should go for distance. So give me over 1.5 plus 114 from a guy who manhandles right-handed pitching, guys. So the guy's a beast. We got to pay attention to it. And, yeah, let's get on to the next game. Cardinals and Blue Jays. And I'm going to read off some stuff on Berrios. I haven't bet Berrios, guys, so I'm going to read off a lot of stuff that says if you want to bet him, go ahead and bet him, guys. And there's just something like, I think I'm being dumb about it, and maybe by the end of the show I'll be okay, but it's like, there's something like, well, why are you being dumb? All this number says he's getting 7 strikeouts today. Why are you being a big old vagine, Sharpie? So let's talk about it. Cardinals and Blue Jays. But before I talk about it, smash the damn like. You know, 22 is not okay. We do not do 22 because we're at 31. 60 live, guys. on a Taco Tuesday. Y'all know the drill. Smash the share. Tell somebody about the show. And let's get this show booming. Once we hit this 100 live, guys, it's going to hit another round on YouTube to where everybody and their mom will see Sharpie. And that's where we want to get this show, guys, because we really do this shit on this show. Let's talk about it. Cardinals at Blue Jays. Palante versus Berrios. Palante's 3-4 with a 3.34 ERA and 10 starts and a handful of relief appearances. He's only gone 6+ innings, 2 out of his 10 starts, and he didn't face the Blue Jays back in May when the Blue Jays visited the Cardinals. He's allowed 3 earned runs or more in 4 of his last 5 starts, and now he gets a Blue Jays team that is just by the numbers is like, holy motherfucker, crazy, bro. All right, let's read them off. They aren't walking, whip-de-doo, 6.4%. They're not striking out, 20%. With a absurd team, 338 average, 888 OPS, and an ISO of 170, guys. This team average OPS is just through the roof right now, and Palante hasn't been good 4 of his last 5 games, and now he's running into a hot team. Everything tells me he is not going fucking 5 innings today. So, Palante, may the gods be with you. So, his K prop is at 3 on Prize Picks at -278, 4+ is at +127, and they're not offering you his fantasy score. They must think he's not going 5 innings either, huh? Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. So, let's talk about it, though, guys. I cannot look to back a guy who hasn't been good over his last 5 starts, and he's running into this team. Now we're going to talk about a guy who has been pretty freaking good, especially at home where he's at today. Jose Berrios, 7-4 with a 5.22 ERA. 22. When we see that dubs, bro, y'all know 22. You got to believe in signs in baseball, guys, because baseball's a 162-game season, and you're going to be in slumps even in baseball. You'll watch hitters. They'll talk about slumps. They do different things. They'll change their pants in between innings. Webb the other day sucked ass in the first inning against the Dodgers. He put on sleeves and came back out for the second inning. And listening to Oral Hershiser talk, when you wear sleeves as a pitcher, you feel a little more tight, like you got a chest protector on you, like you're not opening up as much, as like you feel a little more tighter. So now I understand why pitchers wear sleeves. It helps them in their mind from opening up. So there's little mental tricks that these guys do try, and they may work, they may not, bro, but it's just getting out of it or whatever. So, that's something we pay attention here to, guys. But, yeah, he's got a 5.22 ERA in 19 games. He has drastic splits, like I was saying, a 3.33 average at home ERA to a 7.15 ERA on the road. And his strikeouts go with the ERA splits, guys. That's usually not right. Usually when you're allowing more base runners and runs, the strikeouts are there. Not the case with Jose Berrios. Jose Berrios gets the strikeouts when people are not on base. That guy goes for the damn ground ball and stuff when people are on base. So this guy's a better pitcher strikeout-wise with people not on base. So we ran Jose Berrios versus St. Louis in St. Louis, and we cashed. He went 6.1 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 0 walks, and 7 Ks. And all the numbers said don't play him then. So why are you staying off him now, Sharpie? Like I said, I don't know why I'm being a vagina. Let's just get more into it. He averages 3.5 more strikeouts at home than he does on the road. He's at home. That's a big jump, guys. And then he also, lineup-wise, they are projecting 6 lefties and 3 righties. And he doesn't strike out lefties. That's the issue with Jose Berrios. 7.2 Ks per 9 versus lefties compared to a 9.4 versus righties. So that's a big drastic difference there. And they're projecting to put 6 left-handed bats out there today. When he faced them in St. Louis, they only had 4 left-handed bats. So I do need to see a lineup. That's why I'm being a vagina. See, it all comes out. I get baked before the show, and then I knew in fact why I like Berrios, but there's just something keeping me off of him, and I got to wait till I see the lineup personally to be running me some Jose Berrios. Still, though, there's something going on about pitching in Toronto, and it's not just like he does better, guys. COVID has a lot to do with it. And I'm sure you've heard this before on 100 different places and on ESPN. There is no Arenado and Goldschmidt today. Just like Kansas City last week, they were missing 4 of their starters. And multiple every other game at home, they are missing starters. So numbers now really, I go through it, right? And he's averaging 7 strikeouts a game at home versus COVID lineups. Funny, huh? No, it's not funny. He's going up against minor league fucking bats. At the end of the day, they're putting in guys that don't belong in the lineup. Jose Barrios is an ace, guys. He will, more like a number 2, but he has ace type shit. At the end of the day, he's 27 years old. He's been pitching in the major leagues for 5 years. He ain't even hit his prime yet, guys. So the guy has some elite stuff, but numbers and by the metrics, and he's getting to go up against weak lineups at home. So he is facing a team, 9.2 walk percentage, 21 strikeout percentage, 239 average with a 729 OPS over the last 15 days. And that's the same walk and strikeout percentage when he faced them last time. They were hitting 272 and 876 back then. So the numbers drop off. Everything says play Barrios today other than the 6 lefties in the lineup. So let's talk about no run first. Well, his K prop, it's at 5 at minus 167, 6 plus at minus 143. So fantasy score is 36.5, and that's the way I'd look to run Barrios on Prize Picks today. This guy should go out there and deal versus a very weak Cardinals team, and the Cardinals team who's really not hitting over the last 15 days. So you're getting a good spot. Jose Barrios is better at home. ERA, Ks go up. Everything says Jose Barrios should be out there and have a good day. Even if the strikeouts out there, he should go deep into the game versus this team, which will hit the fantasy score. That's why I lean the fantasy score more than the strikeout prop on Prize Picks. The one prop you got to talk about because you're going to see it, and bullpens first. Cardinals pin is 4th over the last 30 days with a 2.88, and the Jays pin is 11th with a 3.26. That tripped me out. I'm used to thinking Jays pin sucks, guys. So you got to remember, I track stuff by 30 days, and over the last 30 days, this team's been pretty doing their damn job. At least that's all you can ask for. 3.26 is great, and Barrios should go deep today. So yeah, I expect a good game from the Jays today. Corey Dickerson versus Barrios in 11 plate appearances. He has 5 hits, 4 of them for extra bases, 0 walks. 0 walks with 1 strikeout, 1 home run, 3 doubles, and this is a guy who's made his living hitting right-handed batters. He can't hit lefties for the life of him. He has been a platoon player his whole life. They don't have props out on him yet. They will wait till the lineups come out, but he will be in the lineup versus a right-hander that he has good numbers against. And it is Toronto, guys. This is a hitter's ballpark, so he's not going to be perfect. He has an issue striking out lefties. Corey Dickerson is a lefty bat and has good numbers off of him. So I expect Corey Dickerson, sneaky DraftKings FanDuel at bat today, guys. He should have at least a double today. So let's talk about this last game, and let's talk about where these alarm bells start screaming and why I'm not going to bet Luis Garcia today. Now, should he hit it? Can he hit it? Everything tells me, I think so. Yeah, he should. Everything says, yeah, good to go. Except for the number. Rock, 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 rock. That's the alarm bell going off in my head about this. So let's talk about it, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. And let's get to the damn monies, guys. We're already 60 live. So last game up is the Astros and A's. And Frankie Montas and Luis Garcia. I do have a quarter unit bet on Frankie Montas, and I'll get to why it's only a quarter unit bet. Luis Garcia, 8-5 with a 3.65 ERA. He has some drastic splits. He has a 4.89 home ERA compared to a 2.25 road ERA. You get him on the road here. He only gone 6+ innings, 7 of 17 games this year. Not good in my opinion, and I'm going to need him to go 6 innings to get these 6 strikeouts today. So let's talk about it. He has not seen the A's since last year when he's seen them 2 times. May 20th in Oakland, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts on July 7th in Houston. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run with 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. Digging into it, everything's telling me to bet him, right? So let's keep digging into it and see why the fuck I had to stay off. He does average 1.5 more strikeouts per 9 at home than he does on the road. Once again, he's at home. So more runners, first base. What did I write? All right, sorry guys. So let's run up these numbers now that these guys are going against. A 6.3 walk percentage, not good. Trash. Bottom 5 in the league. 22.6 strikeout percentage, middle of the pack with a 257 average, 734 OPS, and an ISO of 170 versus righties. All those are top 10 and not bad versus righties. Oakland A's over the last few weeks have been hitting the ball a lot better. Let's look at his K prop. Well, they weren't giving me his props on my books for a while, and I had to go hit up a few people who have legal books. And Prize Picks, they have him at a 6, and the 6 is at a minus 150. Well, let's get into it why I'm going to have to stay off of it. At the end of the day, guys, this guy averages 6.3 strikeouts over. Okay, doesn't make sense. He averages 6 plus Ks in 6 of 7 last games. He has 6 or more strikeouts, and he averages 6.2 strikeouts over his last 8. They're giving us a 5.5. They're giving us a number below what a guy averages. That is never good in my opinion. I've never, like, yes, it can cash, but that's an alarm that's enough for me to say, I'm gonna need this guy by the numbers because he strikes out the same lefties and righties, almost 9.5 per 9. I'm gonna need him to go 6 innings to get that 6 Ks, and he's gotten it 6 out of 7. No, that's a wrong number. That's a wrong number right there, guys. I'm not the guy who bet unders. But I'm telling you, there's some alarms going off that I cannot bet this man's over today, even though I wanted to going into it. Is what it is, guys. I have to listen to this. I have traps. I've been doing this way too damn long not to pay attention to stuff like that. When I run everything through an average calculator. I run it. I know how they do their numbers, guys. So you give me something that's not a guy's average, and it can be over. I understand that. I can get taxed like an Angels tax or teams that do strike out, and then I could dig into it a little farther and find why they have that number. But I cannot understand why there's a 5.5. There's no reason why there should be a 5.5. He had 7 strikeouts in both meetings last year versus them. No, dude. There's alarm bells after alarm bells after alarm bells. So that right there is a stiff arm Heisman Trophy pass if I've ever seen one. And let's talk about Frankie Montas and why he's a quarter unit bet versus a Houston Astros team that you normally don't want to run some K props up against. But Frankie Montas, 3-9 with a 3.16 ERA, coming off the IL last week versus Detroit, 3 innings, 5 strikeouts with only 53 pitches. And I do expect him to have about 75 pitches today, and this will be his last start for the Oakland A's. He is the biggest trade piece they got, and multiple teams want him. The top pitchers available, Castillo, Montas. Those are the top 2 dogs that are available for trade right now. So they are going to go out there and showcase Frankie Montas, 75 pitches, and pull him. I don't expect them to go past it. If they do, bonus. I bet him at minus 114, over 4.5 this morning, a quarter unit bet strictly because he is on a pitch limit, and I've got to be safe on that. I cannot overexert myself when I know a guy cannot go that long. So Sharpie, why are you running it up against him? Well, projected lineup is 7 right-handers and 2 left-handed, and this guy dominates the right-handed side at almost 11 Ks per 9 compared to just an 8.24 lefty. He faced his team back on May 30th, and he dealt versus them 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks with 5 strikeouts. This ain't the same team, guys. Brantley's not in the lineup, and projected when he faced them then, there was 4 left-handed people in the lineup compared to 5. They are projecting 7 right-handed bats in the lineup. Brantley is a guy who just doesn't strike out, and he also doesn't strike out dudes from the left side, and he's not in the lineup. Only reason why he ain't a half unit to full unit is the pitch count, guys, and we got to be respectful of that, guys. So they're not offering him on Prize Picks. They're not at Fantasy Score or his strikeout prop. This was on the books this morning at minus 114, and definitely like it. When I run their numbers up from when they faced them last time, they're not hitting the ball like they used to at the end of the day. We think of these Astros as these killers. Well, they haven't been killing the ball. They are walking 8.2% right now, striking out 24.3. That's really alarmingly high for them. That's about 10th in the league right now. 211 average with the 656 OPS and an ISO of 156. Bottom 10 right there, guys. They're just not hitting the ball well, and they're striking out way more than they're used to, especially from the right-handed side. So give me Frankie Montas, 5+ strikeouts, minus 114 at a corner unit bet today. Let's talk bullpens. Astros pin over the last 30 days is 7th with a 3.05, and the A's, surprisingly, 5th in the league with a 2.51. Like, I say that because it surprises me. I thought they were under the bridge fucking sucking dick for milk money, but guess they weren't. They were out there doing their damn job. Well, Sharpie thought bad things of them. That's why you got to pay attention to baseball, guys. But I don't track the Oakland A's like I track a lot of these teams. Oakland A's only get talked about when they get put on my board and Frankie Montas pops up. So let's go, Frankie Montas. Go out there and handle these guys. And the more righties, the better. The one hitting stat you got to pay attention to is Yuli Gurriel versus Montas. If you look at him, he's got some crazy-ass numbers in 33 plate appearances. But they're not that damn crazy, guys. He's got 11 hits. 9 of them are singles. My books don't offer this, so if your book does offer a single prop, I would look at just betting him for a straight single today. Or you can go into the mindset that my man C-Mac with the pack had on JT Realmuto, saying, this guy sees him. He's due to fucking rock him. So this may be the day he hits that double or home run. A guy who has that many hits off of him is something to pay attention to, and definitely worth throwing him on a parlay piece. I'm going to probably stay off of him. Both of these pins are just elite. I expect good games from both of these guys. And I just something fishy about Luis Garcia today. Something fishy at the end of the day that's going to just keep me off of him. Shout out to the chat. Let's run through Prize Picks, and I'll run through the 2 dirty K props I have bet today and the half unit props that are on here. So let's talk about it. Got to run the taco, guys. At the end of the day, I'm on a half unit bet on him at 6 strikeouts at minus 159. And if you could only get the 7 at plus money, I would suggest a quarter unit prop. This does not, by the strikeout numbers, match up for him. But by every other number, this is a lowest team walk percentage he'll face all year, average OPS, and ISO. This should be a game where he goes 6+ innings when normally he just doesn't go that long into a game. So I will be on him at a half unit today. And the dirty Ks are the 2 guys at 7.5. They're going to be dirty, guys. At the end of the day, we've got Spencer Strider going up versus a team with a 4.1 walk percentage when the lowest walk percentage he's faced all year is a 5.3. And these guys have a 29.4 strikeout percentage over the last 15 days, and the lowest he's faced is a 25.2. They're not hitting the ball either. 226 with the 664 ISO. This sets up for a monster day for our man Spencer Strider. They are projected 5 right-handed and 4 left-handed. If they surprise us with 6, that's the latter spot, guys. The more right-handed, the better. He strikes out 12 per 9 versus the left-handed side. That is elite. But he strikes out 16 per 9 from the right-handed side. So, bam. Got to get us on some dirty Aaron fucking Nola, the candy cane today, guys. When he's at home, he's our candy cane. Just don't be in those stupid city jerseys, because then we ain't got our candy cane. But at the end of the day, this is his 3rd time facing the Braves this year. He's had 8 strikeouts in one game, 10 strikeouts in another. And when I run them, these numbers versus then, this is the lowest walk percentage and tied for the highest strikeout percentage. Lowest average OPS than he's seen versus this team all year. I expect Aaron Nola to do Aaron Nola things. Since last year at home versus the Braves, he's averaging 7.5 strikeouts a game. They put it at 8. That's fine. I can totally understand. When I drop through his last 8 to 10 games, he's averaging 7.3 to 7.5 strikeouts a game. Bam. Everything is telling us why the number is at 7.5. And I'm going to tell you, I see him from 8 to 10 strikeouts today. That's why he is a full unit dirty K bet. And on the other side, guys, it's Josiah fucking Gray. That is too damn low for a guy with a sub-2 ERA on the road and in a revenge spot versus a team where it's just the best pitching mound. It's not saying pitching stadium, pitching mound in the league. You ask any pitcher what mound they like to pitch on, they're going to tell you Dodger Stadium. Something about that mound. Something about nighttime in Dodger Stadium. Ball doesn't fly out as much. But it's still second in the league to home runs over the last 5 years in any other ballpark. So weird that, I got this in my head that the night plays better to the unders, but the ball tends to fly out more in Dodger Stadium. It just is what it is. But definitely Josiah Gray will be a look. I haven't bet his K-prop today. I got mad that I missed the spot. He was at 4.5 minus 150 last night when I was talking to my boy Croc. And 30 minutes later, he was at 5.5 at plus money. So definitely don't hate anybody looking at Josiah Gray, even though the numbers say don't fucking play him. The Dodgers don't strike out. The Dodgers are very elite at walking. They are one of the best teams in hitting. I just think Josiah Gray goes in there and actually has himself a fucking game. But 5.5, that's right about right in my opinion. I'm going to wait for some lineups before I decide to pull the trigger on my man. But fantasy score is just too damn low for a guy going 6+ innings, in my opinion, tonight. So shout out to you guys yesterday, day before, every day since the All-Star break has been fucking amazing. Today is the day where the bookies are really going to pay us. Today, I want you all withdrawing. Don't just take the money and go invest it somewhere else. Pay yourself. School time's coming up. Go buy your kids some clothes, a new pair of Nikes, man. Let's treat the kids. This is our day to pay them because we fucking them over today, guys. So shout out to you guys. Smash the like if you haven't. Go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PubSportsY. Your first match deposit up to $100. They got you. So if you don't know, you should know. Like I said, I spit flame like my name's King Koopa, man. And they do that shit too on the Contender Series, guys. It starts when? Tonight. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Nikki Fish Tanks, Big Show, my producer, and the crew will all be there getting the damn money. And depending on how the night goes, you might see me. But I gotta watch baseball with the tunes on because that's my favorite part of the night. No lie, guys. I like having the radio on. You can learn so freaking much from those old ass men. Way more than you could find on the internet, guys. So shout out to you guys. Until next time, let's keep fucking the bookies up and cashing tickets.